Ladies and gentlemen, dear investors, thank you for continuing to watch me. Joseph Areu, again, your investment advisor, and I'm happy to be back talking to you. Asha, Kijana, I hope you're still watching and listening because I'm continuing to answer your question. Where and how do we get long-term investments which are low risk? So in the last video, and I believe this is a matter, a topic of interest to so many other investors out there more than Asha. So in the last video, we talked about unit trusts or mutual funds as a source or an investment vehicle through which you can invest for the long term, in particular to get long-term growth. And you can invest without exposing yourself to too much risk. And furthermore, you can invest very conveniently in terms of amounts of money. You don't need onerous sums of money, but also in terms of time. You can basically invest and reinvest, top up any time, pretty much, using very easily available payment methods in the world in which we live today, like mobile money, M-Pesa in Kenya, Momo in Uganda, and other mobile money solutions in other countries, not just in the region, but in other places too. Okay. Now, we are going to move on to another investment vehicle, an important investment vehicle, again, especially in the East African region. We have what we call SACCOs. They are abbreviated as SACCOs, essentially savings and credit cooperatives. I would like you, and many of us, many listeners, many of you who are watching me are members of these SACCOs. I would like you to begin to, if you have not already, to begin to take these SACCOs as a serious investment vehicle, one that you can use to grow your capital and to facilitate, enable you to grow your wealth during the time that you are in this SACCO. I would like you to begin to look at these SACCOs not just as some club, some social place where you meet to catch up as OBs and OGs in Uganda, where I'm based. A lot of these investment groups or SACCOs, they tend to start among old girls and old boys of different schools. I would like you to begin to look at these SACCOs as much more than opportunities to get together as old boys or as buddies and that kind of thing, but more as a serious vehicle for investment for purposes of wealth creation and passive wealth creation for that matter. Okay. So quickly again, a SACCO is simply a group of people or members who want to collectively or as a group invest, but within the context and within the legal framework of a cooperative. So there are various legislations in different jurisdictions to govern or regulate these SACCOs. You will just refer to your particular jurisdiction and find the laws under which these SACCOs are regulated, but they basically tend to be cooperative legislation. All right? Now, what are some of the benefits? There are several key benefits that a SACCO brings to you. The first one, And probably the most important one, or one of the most important ones, according to me, is that a SACCO gives you access, convenient access to credit. Convenient, easy access to credit. Meaning, in most cases, you won't need collateral and onerous, to go through an onerous, very engaging application process. And as long as you are a member, and you are a member in good standing, you are entitled to access credit. Usually, credit at what I would call a reasonable cost. May not necessarily always be the cheapest, but definitely at a reasonable cost. But the main point to me is that you have easy access to that credit, right? So that, to me, is one of the key benefits of being a member of a SACCO. The other benefit would be kind of a social one, if you like. The mere fact of being part of a group and investing as part of a group can be very motivating, can be a way to sort of push you to invest. Many of us are not able to easily invest on our own as individuals. But if you are part of a group, well, if investing is a key objective or a key purpose of that group, then you'll find yourself investing, which can only be good for you. So, a SACCO can be a useful, a very important avenue to motivate you to invest as part of a group. Thirdly, or fourthly, a well-managed SACCO, of course, will then mean that you don't need to worry about the management of your investments. Your investments are being managed by a well-constituted entity within the SACCO to manage against risk, to manage in such a way that you get decent returns, and so on and so forth. As I said earlier, a SACCO is well regulated. Usually they operate within a specific, a clear legal framework depending on the jurisdiction to which you belong. But the mere fact that it's well regulated helps to mitigate risk. Now, I am not being naive as to tell you that SACCOs never get in trouble. I'm aware of some SACCOs which have had problems, usually mismanaged or that kind of thing in different countries. So the onus is on you to look around, shop around, get sort of the track record of the SACCO you are joining to make sure that it's properly managed, some management structure which then ensures that it's properly not just managed but properly governed in the interest of all members. Okay? Finally, a SACCO, if they invest their money properly and it's well managed, can be a good source of income in the long term, because many SACCOs, so not only could it or might it help you to grow your capital, but it can also be a good source of income. The investments that you put in the SACCO usually attract interest every year and generally tend to be reliable interest, reliable income. And so that definitely can be a very good reason to invest your money through a SACCO. And I don't need to reemphasize, but I will once again look out for licensed, properly registered and regulated SACCOs. So, in the context of long-term investment for purposes of growth, one of the things that a SACCO enables you to do, again, is to compound. So once you invest your money there, of course it will attract interest. At some point, you will be paid some interest, but during the time that your money is with the SACCO, whatever earnings are accruing are being automatically reinvested. So as a group, you are compounding your investments, definitely. And that can only be a plus or to your advantage as an investor in the long term. The fact that you're compounding your returns ensures a faster growth rate of your capital. Okay? So, as I sum up this introductory sort of discussion of SACCOs, feel free to get in touch or ask further questions about SACCOs, but even more importantly, do get in touch with any SACCO regulatory authorities in your country to find out whether they are regulated, or get in touch with the management of your SACCOs to find out how they manage. But as I end this video or this discussion or introductory discussion about SACCOs, remember three things. One, in order to benefit a SACCO, one, try always to invest, save and invest regularly. That is very, very important. Remember, for many SACCOs, the amount of credit that you can get will be proportional to the savings that you have made. So the more you save, the more you invest, the better, because then you have access to higher amounts of credit and you're able to do a lot with it. So that's the first thing. Save and invest regularly. Okay? Second, borrow wisely. So, yes, a SACCO will give you access to credit, but it doesn't mean that it should be giving you access to stupid credit. You should take the credit wisely. Don't take credit for consumption. Preferably, take credit for long-term capital accumulation purposes or wealth growth purposes. So save and invest regularly, number one. Number two, borrow wisely. Number three, once you've borrowed, however wise the borrowing has been, you better make sure you pay regularly. You pay promptly. Not just regularly, but you pay promptly. Many people get in trouble because, yes, the borrowing is always the easy, nice bit of it, then they start defaulting on the debt, and then the debt spirals out of control. So if you can do those three things, you should be able to get the maximum benefit out of your SACCO in terms of long-term investments in a reasonably low-risk manner. Thank you for listening to me once again, and do subscribe to my videos, to this channel, so that you can get further notification of further videos. Thank you.